Greetings, this is August 25th at 11 p.m. and I'd like to show you the updated IFR and overlay that with the IFR that we looked at this morning to see if there's any movement or change. This is the Worldview NASA update from today. We're looking at the southern flank. Now we've moved up to the northern flank and it is difficult to perceive what's going on the ground. So we will refer to the satellite information for infrared and the radiative scans. But first, let's take a look at windy. It's coming directly from the south at 4 kilometers an hour. There is variation depending on where you are. And I've seen another computer model going up to 9 kilometers an hour and coming from the southeast. So that can be an issue if you're up high or on a ridgeline, and it may potentially push some embers forward. The wind could go up to 13 kilometers an hour tomorrow afternoon, that 3 o'clock breeze, with gusts potentially up to 20 kilometers an hour. And then it calms down into the week and may start getting warmer Monday, Tuesday, and lower wind velocity, but a lot of variation on where it could be coming from. This is the radiative power scan that we were looking at 9:15 this morning, and I'm going to roll this into the scan received at 7 p.m. and then we'll take another look at one that came in about 8:45. So this is 7 p.m. Pacific time, and there is virtually no change. It's a complete matchup, and likewise the one at 8:45. Let's do the same again with the MODIS infrared. Here we are at approximately 9:15 this morning, and it's going to roll into 7 p.m. There we go. No change. So that's good news. There's no growth indicated by this infrared system and no new hotspots. Now we're rolling into the VIIRS system, and it's calibrated at 375 meters, variation from the intended source. And the patterns look different, but it's basically covering the same areas. Here we are back looking at the MODIS system again, and it has a 750 meter calibration, and we'll go once more back to the 350 meter VIIRS system. Both sets of images are essentially covering the same surface area. They're just being depicted in a different style of pattern. And I do recommend that you go to the Caribou Regional District and BC Wildfire and the TNRD and get their updated fire perimeter map. And if you'd like to check these for yourself, you can go to the link below for the Google Earth KML bundle, and there'll be a variety of selections where you can zoom in and see a particular area of your concern. I've now moved southward. I'm using the 375 meter indications on the VIIRS satellite infrared, and we're looking at the area of Vedette, and this can give you an indication of where some of those hot spots have been for the last 24 hours. And again, I'm seeing no infrared more recent than 12 hours. These are the infrared indications south of Hyheum, and we can see that there's 3 essential groupings. The one major one south approximately 3 kilometers, that's where the center of it is. And now we've moved into the Battle Creek area around Clemis, and you can see there's 2 sections there kind of straddling that gully. And that's what this system does, is give finer detail to the placement of the infrared. If you are looking for finer detailed photographic images, I would recommend going back to the August 22nd Landsat imagery, and it will be available in a link below. I've showed you the true color images. However, you may want to visit some of the color filters in order to see clear where forested areas are and where perimeter definition is. They have a number of calibrations there. One is thermal, and on this overview of the Elephant Hill fire, you can see near the top of the screen a couple of bright spots. That's where active fire is still occurring south of Pressy Lake and south of Green Lake. Here is another filter, and this is just to show definition between what areas were affected and what areas are still forested. And if you actually zoom in, you can see a considerable amount of forestation that's still contained within the Elephant Hill fire perimeter. So it's one more resource, and it may give you insight to a specific area that I've not covered in more detail. So that link is available below, and they also have updated satellite images from the Sentinel, and we're waiting on a more recent Landsat photo. This is an image, of course, from Drive BC's Big Bar Cam, and another beautiful sunset, and I'm seeing more traffic up there than I've seen in a long time. Now we're looking at the Sheridan Cam pointing west, looking towards 93 Mile, and a little bit of haze perhaps in the distance, but otherwise it looks like a pleasant evening. And of course these shots were all taken just before sunset. One of my favorite highway cams, the Begbie cam, and it looks like a traveler is on his way to wonder and adventure. So that is a comparison of the infrared that we looked at this morning with the infrared that was received tonight, and there's been no significant change. The only change is in the two different systems that I looked at, the VIIRS and the MODIS. One patterns the infrared a little bit differently than the other one does. So thank you again to all our viewers who have been calling on the rains to visit us. It seems to be working along with some cooler temperatures. Probably not the snow just yet. I heard we had some on Elephant Hill. Be safe, everyone. This is still an active wildfire. We want to remain alert and prepared. Please do check for all the up-to-date regional bulletins linked below, and thank you very much for watching.